This week we are going to be seriously upping my trinket trading game for the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. For years, I have brought tiny duckies, and don't get me wrong, I love my tiny duckies, but seeing the things that y'all bring for your trinkets for the trinket trading part of the Renaissance Festival, y'all go all out. The trinkets are unique, the trinkets are handmade, the trinkets are scavenged. I love your trinkets so much, and it is making me really want to up my trinket trading game. If you're new to the world of Renaissance festivals and you're like, what's a trinket? What is trinket trading? Let me explain a little bit before we completely dive in and start to make our trinkets. When you go to a Renaissance Festival, you can bring trinkets, any sort of little item that you would like to trade with people. And if you want to let people know that you're doing trinket trading, you can wear a symbol that looks like this. And this symbol lets people know that you have trinkets that you want to trade. You don't have to like trade the trinkets either. You can literally just walk up to someone and be like, hey, do you want a trinket? And then you can give them a little trinket. People trade things like the tiny ducks that I was telling you about earlier. They trade seashells, they trade tiny potion jars, they trade coins, they trade keys, any kind of little trinket thing that looks like you might get it from a fairy. If you are wanting to participate in your Renaissance Fair's trinket trading, make sure that you check out the banned items list, because most Renaissance festivals do have a list of banned items, things that you're not allowed to trade at the fair. Last year I was unaware of the banned items list, and I showed up to the Tennessee Renaissance Festival with bracelets that I made for y'all. They were like the little bracelets that I'm usually wearing, so if I meet one of y'all in public, I can give you a little bracelet with a tiny duck on it. So I got to the Renaissance Fair with the bracelets on my wrist, and they asked me if I was planning on trading those, and I said yes. And they had me take them back to the car because jewelry is a completely banned item for trinket trading at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. I'm thinking today that we're going to make a bunch of different types of little handmade trinkets that I can give to y'all at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. Of course, we have to have something crocheted, so I am going to be making these little crochet hearts to give to y'all. I have a lot of polymer clay and some flower molds, so I think we're gonna do some sort of like a polymer clay flower and leaf collection. I have a bunch of seashells that I collected the last time I was at the ocean, so we are definitely going to do some sort of a painted seashell variety. And last but not least, I did get some teeny tiny potion bottles because I love the tiny potions. They are probably personally my favorite trinkets that I have gotten from y'all at the Renaissance Fairs. So we are going to be making a bunch of teeny tiny little potions. But before we dive in and start to make all of our little trinkets, I want to show you some of my favorite trinkets that I've gotten from y'all throughout the years. This is a tin that I usually just like keep on my bookshelf that has a bunch of trinkets from y'all. If this button looks familiar, I got this button from a fairy at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. Thank you, Erin. And I actually got two of them because, well, one was for Josh and one was for me. And I actually used the other button on the hexagon cardigan. And this one, well, you guys will have to let me know what you think I should use this button for. I love this little potion bottle. It has like a little spoon in it, and it has those little thingies that like fly down from the trees, the little helicopters. I don't know what they're actually called, but we always call them helicopters. Mushroom! A lot of people do paper stars, and I love these. A lot of really cool coins. So many super cool potions. Crochet heart. And literally so many other trinkets. And like, this isn't even everything. I have like a few other boxes downstairs full of trinkets that I've gotten from you guys. Oops. The bunny just decided to go hopping. Look at that adorable piece of amethyst. Leather scraps. This little letter. Dice. Like, there are so many cool things that I've gotten from people at Renaissance festivals. And I think that it's time to up my game. Let's dive in and make some trinkets. If you're a regular, you know that I have basically no chill, and I always have to dive in with the thing that I'm like the most excited about. The thing I'm most excited about are probably the teeny tiny potion bottles. So we are going to start by filling up some teeny tiny potion bottles. Look what I got. I think that this is going to work really well. These are actually wax that you use for like wax seals, like wax stamps, but see how they're shaped? They go in a hot glue gun. So I'm thinking that I can actually fill up our teeny tiny potion bottles and then stick in the top little cork. And then I hopefully will be able to seal it shut with this. And then I had an idea because I really want it to have like a little stamp on top, something that's like really cute, but this is tiny. This is teeny tiny. How are we gonna have a stamp that is that little? But look what I found. In my big thing of beads, I found a heart-shaped bead. I think we are going to be able to use the tiny heart-shaped bead to make little heart stamps on top of each potion bottle, and I'm so excited about it. In case you don't know this, I am completely obsessed with moss. I love moss. I love everything moss. So of course, our potion bottles have to have moss in them. I don't want to put liquid in our potion bottles because I don't know, like if the top does come undone, I just don't want the liquid to go everywhere. But moss, on the other hand, we can absolutely put into our tiny little potion bottles. Some of them I think are just going to be full of moss. Some of them I think we're gonna put beads in as well. Maybe this one will just be a moss potion. What do we think? Maybe one just full of moss. And this is actually real moss, which I think is super cool. Look at that, just a teeny tiny little potion full of moss. That's adorable. Let's see if our hot glue gun full of wax is heated up yet. Let's go ahead and push our teeny tiny little cork into our teeny tiny little bottle. These corks feel slightly too big for the bottles. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to just lightly put some wax on top and just let it drip over the bottle. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot. Oh no, everything's broken. Let's do that again. Oh, okay, well, this is just realistic crafting for you. That's a little bit of a mess, and that's okay. Let's add a little bit more. See if I can not tip over this time. We need to make sure it actually covers where the cork meets the bottle, because that's kind of the whole point, is to make sure it like keeps it sealed. And now for our moment of truth, where we take our bead and we put it right on top and push it down. Okay, we're going to wait completely for the wax to harden, and then we'll peel off the bead and see if we have a little heart stamp. Oh, that looks so cute with the little wax strips. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think it's time to take off the little heart and see. Oh, it's perfect. It's literally perfect. Oh my gosh, I got a tiny stamp in a tiny potion bottle. Now I just need to do that this many more times. These little potions turned out so perfect. I'm just like genuinely obsessed with these little guys. Look how cute they are, and they're all just like a little bit different. They're adorable. I think next we're gonna work on the Polymer Clay little flowers, and then that way I can end with making the painted seashells and the crochet hearts, because that's something that I can do just like on the couch while I like watch a show or something. But the Polymer Clay little flowers, let's work on those. That's gonna be a whole journey. So if you've never worked with polymer clay and molds before, it's super cool because you can actually just like layer them. So let's say I'm going to do a sunflower. Actually, let's go ahead and do both of these little sunflowers. I'm gonna start by taking this like dark brown, and I'm going to put it right into the middle of this little sunflower mold and like really push it down in there. Do the same thing to the other one. Now for the actual flower petal parts, with my sunflowers, I like to mix a bunch of yellows together. Now I'm not at all like an expert at polymer clay or anything. I just like to dabble and have fun. So this is like not any kind of like technical techniques, but I basically just mix a bunch together. There we go. And now let's go ahead and put this in here. Take my little tool, we're gonna push it fully down into this mold. If you wanna be like really particular about this, you can go into like each individual leaf with like a slightly different color, yellow or brown or orange. I'm not doing that, I'm just kind of mixing it all together. Okay, let's do the other one. This one's gonna be a little bit harder because of all the teeny tiny little parts of the flower. Let's start out with a little bit less because we can always add more to it. I like to go in here and literally like drag it into each part of the flower. And if you've never worked with polymer clay, it basically stays decently soft until you bake it. So you bake it, I believe, on 275 for about 15 minutes. Apparently you can also boil it or you can hit it with a hairdryer. I have not tried either of those techniques. I've always just baked my polymer clay. So now I just pop it out of the mold. And look at that beautiful little sunflower. That is so stinking cute. I'm gonna set all of our finished ones over here as we go. Try not to stretch them too much while you're popping them out of the molds. I think you can also freeze them, and then that makes it a lot easier to get out of the molds. Like that little guy's beautiful. Look how gorgeous the sunflower is for the sunflower family. Gotta make some of these other little flowers too. Let's do a yellow center for this guy. Why not a blue flower? That sounds fun. So see how I'm going just like one layer at a time. I did the yellow first. Now I'm doing the blue petals. And now that my petals are in there, I'm just going to fill in the rest with this hot pink because I think that they will be really cute together. And I'll just pop this out. And look how adorable that is. If I'm doing something simpler like the rose where there aren't like a bunch of colors that you're like supposed to have in it already, I like to mix at least 2 colors together just to kind of like give it like a little bit of a dynamic. And like, look how beautiful that is. So much fun. And let's make a fun colored rose as well. Now I just need to do this about 50 more times and then throw them in the oven. Y'all, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Look at our polymer clay trinkets. They turned out so cute. Now, most of them are just like little trinkets, but a few of them actually have like a charm thing on the top, like a little eyelet. So you can use it as like a charm on like a bracelet or a necklace or something. But most of them don't, because I didn't actually have that many like little eyelet things that were small enough to go into the polymer clay. Y'all, I'm so excited. These look gorgeous, like literally gorgeous. Look how beautiful these are. Up next, we are going to do gold-edged seashells. I have a bunch of seashells that I have from whenever I went to the beach and I collected seashells. So what I'm thinking I can do is use this paint pen, and this is Josh's. Thank you, Josh, for lending me your gold paint pen. I think I can just go along the edge. These are gonna be beautiful. These gold-lined seashells are absolutely gorgeous, especially the ones like this that are like kind of broken. Like, those are so gorgeous. I think all I have left to do is crochet some hearts, so I am going to go hang out with Josh, watch a movie, and crochet some hearts for the Ren Faire. We just got to the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. I have my basket for trinket training. Now we need to set it up. My basket is all set up. We are completely ready to go. I'm wearing my crochet stuff again. I opted not to wear my big flower crown though, because it might rain today and I thought it might be a mess in the rain. I think we're ready to go to the Tennessee Renaissance Fair with my brand new trinkets. So when you're trinket trading at a Renaissance Festival, you're gonna want to look for people who are carrying around that symbol. That is the trinket trading symbol. So you just look around for somebody who has this symbol on. Are you trinket trading?
Yes, I am.
Would you like to trinket trade?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, well you can choose whatever you'd like out of this little basket here, except for my yarn and crochet hook. Perfect. Thank you so much.
And that's basically how trinket training works. And obviously that was a little skit, and I don't want to like lie to you guys and act like that was completely impromptu. That was a little scripted, but thank you to our friend Evan for showing us how trinket training works. Sad news, we are getting rained out, actually like thunderstormed out. So if it just rains, they kind of like let us continue being at the Renaissance Fair. But if it's thunder and lightning, obviously we have to be safe. So we are all going back to take shelter in the cars, and then they're gonna let us know if they open it back up or not. We haven't decided yet if we're going to stay and go back or if we are just going to head home. It was a wonderful day at the Renaissance Festival. We did so much trinket trading. I got to meet so many of you guys. It was so wonderful to meet y'all and to trinket trade with you. And if you guys are new here, my name is Hollyana. Welcome to the Sunflower family. We do new videos every single Monday. See you in the next one.